we all breathe, right? And so being able to actually like have a little bit more visibility about those little things that actually might affect your breathing and your health and things like that. It's all related to like the overall well-being of the community. But if you can't visualize it, if you can't like show exactly how it affects you and like how you might be empowered to make changes in it, then you might end up being screwed over by like the systems that be. How might we use hyperlocal environmental data to sort of like engage the public and actually spark like useful and productive action? So one is just the education piece. Like, do people actually know that this is a problem? The second piece is more around like clarity. So can you actually clarify that like this thing that's just in the air actually directly affects you and the people that you care about? And then lastly, inspiring to action. And in this particular case, like inspiring towards like collective action. Ecoways, a layer on top of Google Maps that would, in the journey of going from point A to point B, would have various interventions to like show that this air quality thing actually directly affects them and their community. So starting from opening up the map and seeing the visual representation of air quality in your area, to selecting a method of transportation, being able to actually see that, oh, like these particular modes of transportation might have a specific effect on my environment and on the community. And then even just like prompting little things like saying, oh, this particular decision that you've made might have these kind of consequences, but you might actually have an alternate decision to make. If, for example, you're driving to Boston Common, being able to say, oh, maybe instead of driving, you can just carpool. And carpooling might actually be a more environmentally conscious decision. And then there was even another layer beyond that where like along the route that you take, that can actually also have a particular impact. So being able to say, oh, well, if you take this route versus this route, you might actually spare the people who live in this area from all the like toxic gas emissions, whatever it might be. And being able to also make that a little bit more personal with specific moments that you have the community place a geotagged comment to say, oh, the children are playing at recess. Maybe don't drive past here for now. And so at the very end of it all, being able to say like, hey, now that you've seen all of this and seen how it affects your community, prompt the user to take some kind of collective action. This is really like a first step in figuring out those little things that can actually make it a little bit more visible and actually empower the members of the community. So like establish a value around like environmental awareness, or in this particular case, like air quality awareness, and then be able to actually make a change in their own community.